hi, welcome to Wind. What can I help you with today?
Oh, well, I was thinking of switching over to wind, and I was just wondering, what is wind?
Well, why don't I show you a video of wind turbines while I talk over for our introduction. Wind is a form of solar energy. Winds are caused by the uneven heating of the atmosphere from the sun, the convections of warm and cold air, and from the rotation of the earth. Wind flow patterns are modified by the Earth's terrain, bodies of water, and vegetative cover. This wind flow, or motion energy, when harvested by modern wind turbines, can be used to generate electricity. Wind turbines, like windmills, are mounted on a tower to capture greater amounts of wind. At 100 feet or more above ground, they can take advantage of faster wind currents. They are usually placed in rural areas of the city where wind is most prominent. However, homeowners, farmers, and ranchers in windy areas can also use wind turbines as a way to cut their electricity bills. Different sizes turbines differentiate their mechanical efficiency. Modern turbines can achieve up to 40% efficiency.
So you guys use wind turbines to power your cell towers?
No, we're called wind because our service will blow you away.
Yeah, I'm switching to Rogers.
Oh hey, didn't see you there. Pen with me. Here at Endurance, many people appreciate the work that we do, but many people have concerns with our work as well. Although wind turbines have relatively little impact on the environment compared to fossil fuel plants, many concerns have been raised over the fact that they cause many fires, the sound that produces, and the deaths of birds and bats. Like all mechanical systems, wind turbines produce some unpleasing sounds when they operate. The noise from the wind blowing is quite loud itself, on top of the constant noise the rotation of the blades create. These noises can travel from homeowners within a half a kilometer. In recent years, engineers have made some design changes to reduce the noise from the wind turbines. Early model turbines are generally noisier than most of the new and larger models. As wind turbines have become more efficient, more of the wind is converted into rotational torque and less into acoustic noise.
Do your physics.
Additionally, copper siding and insulating materials can be used to minimize noise impacts. Wind turbines catch on fire because of highly flammable materials such as hydrolytic oil and plastics that are in close proximity to machinery and electrical wires. These can ignite a fire if they overheat. Lots of oxygen in the form of high winds can quickly fan a fire inside a turbine. Once ignited, the chances of fighting the blaze are slim due to the height of the wind turbine and the remote locations that they are often in. Stopping the cause of these fires will be seen in the far future due to the fact that hydrochloric oil is an essential component in allowing the blades to freely rotate. Bird and bat deaths are one of the most discussed topics when relating wind turbines to environmental costs. Flying in flocks, birds travel to different locations seasonally due to migration, but sometimes wind turbines are obstacles in their pathway. Government investments into studying the migration and flying patterns of these animals help prevent more deaths in the future. Careful site selections is needed to minimize fatalities. In some cases, additional research may be needed to address bird and bat impact issues. Offshore wind facilities, which are becoming more common, require larger amounts of space because the turbines and blades are bigger than their land-based brothers. Depending on their location, such offshore installations may compete with a variety of other ocean activities, such as fishing, recreational activities, sand and gravel extraction, oil and gas extraction, navigation, and most importantly, aquaculture. Enough with all this negative stuff. Let's talk about why wind turbines are my favorite turbines. Turbines conserve the use of water. Turbines produce no emissions that contribute to mercury contamination in our lakes and streams. Wind energy also conserves water resources. Other sources of electricity produce harmful particulate emissions which contribute to global climate change and acid rain. Wind energy is pollution-free to the air. The sources of most of our power, coal and natural gas, produce large quantities of greenhouse gases. Other than in manufacture, installation and maintenance of the turbines, wind power produces none. Harvesting the wind preserves our resources because there are no need for destructive resource mining or fuel transportation to a processing facility versus the harvesting of coal energy. Wind farms are spaced over a large geographic area, but their actual footprint covers only a small portion of the land, resulting in a minimum impact on crop production or livestock grazing. And that's why wind turbines are my favorite turbines.
This is an ABC News
Hey, Newton, we're live!
Hello, and good morning, everyone. Tonight on the late early morning show with Newton Wong, we'll be covering wind turbines, specifically the economics of it. Let's take a closer look in this video. In this segment, we will talk about the economics of the wind turbine. The cost of each megawatt of capacity installed is typically around $1.3 to $2.2 million each. But most turbines today are 2 megawatts in size, which is roughly $3 to $4 million. We will use the Greater Gabbard Wind Farm as an example. It is a wind farm that is 23 kilometers long and costs $1.7 billion USD to build. Wow, that's pocket change. Now we will talk about the cost of maintaining each turbine. Over time, the cost of maintaining and operating wind turbines can easily make up to 20 to 25% of the total cost per kilowatt hour over the lifetime of the turbine. It costs roughly 5 to 6 cents per kilowatt hour to maintain each turbine. Oh, sounds great. How efficient. Eco Energy is a government-funded program for renewable power. They currently fund over 104 projects at $1.4 billion. Projects with contribution agreements receive a 1 cent per kilowatt hour incentive for eligible production during the first 10 years of operation. Fascinating. The land use impact of wind power facilities varies substantially depending on the site. Wind turbines placed in flat areas typically use more land than those located in hilly areas. However, wind turbines do not occupy all of this land. They must be spaced approximately 5 to 10 rotor diameters apart. A rotor diameter is the diameter of the wind turbine blades. Land can be used for a variety of other productive purposes, including livestock grazing, agriculture, highways, and hiking trails. So alternatively, we site wind facilities on brownfields, which are abandoned or underused industrial land, or we can place them in other commercial and industrial locations, which reduces concerns about land use. You're telling me the government helps fund these projects? For the effects and concerns about wind turbines, many feel like wind turbines aren't aesthetically pleasing. Sound and visual impact are public health concerns with operating wind turbines. Sound is caused by movement of turbine blades and generated by the turbine itself. People living close to the wind facilities notice sound and vibration issues. Under certain lighting conditions, it can also create an effect called shadow flicker. There is a lot of disruption to natural landscapes, and many flying animals die because of the turbines, so it is an overall annoyance to all people living in the residence. What a drag. For health concerns, many people say they have wind turbine syndrome, which is actually not proven to exist. Studies found no link between wind turbine noise and ill effects, which include dizziness and migraines, chronic illnesses such as heart disease, high blood pressure, and diabetes, stress levels such as heart rate and blood pressure rising, and quantity of sleep. I think I'm starting to get wind turbine syndrome. Do you guys hear that noise?